is here now with our full forecast, and there's a lot to talk about, including whether or not the fireworks show on Thursday might be impacted.
That is true, Arthur. And speaking of Beryl, it's already breaking records as it has already been named the earliest Category 4 storm ever to be recorded in the Atlantic Basin. And it's also the only Category 4 hurricane recorded in the month of June. So you can see that impressive eye. We just saw it in that previous image, too. And here it is in the infrared satellite image. It is making its way towards the Lesser Antilles Islands. And right now, it's located about 200 miles southeast of Barbados here. And it is moving in a west-northwest direction with 140 mile per hour winds are forecast for it as it makes its way towards the Grenada as well as towards St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is where it will probably make its greatest impact as we go overnight tonight into tomorrow morning on Monday. Then we're going to be watching it as it moves further east here. It still maintains major category status here at a Cat 3, and as it makes its way towards Jamaica, it weakens just slightly. However, because of the rotation around it, it's going to be pushing water on the eastern side of Jamaica. We have to wait and see if it'll actually make a landfall here, but at the very least, it's going to be producing some storm surge on the eastern side of that island, so we'll have to watch that also. Then we're expecting another landfall somewhere near the Yucatan Peninsula by the end of the upcoming week. In the meantime, things a little bit quieter at home here. I know we had some thunderstorms earlier, but nothing like a major hurricane, of course. The temperatures were also very warm. We were about 85 degrees, but the humidity made it feel more like the 90s as we went through our day today. The good news is we have a cold front now pushing through that's going to help dry things out and make things a bit more comfortable. Right now, we're still in the 70s, and it's still quite muggy across the tri-state area. Off to the northwest, though, we are starting to feel things a little bit better, where we see readings, or at least in the dew points, dropping into the 50s, and that's telling us that there's some drier air working in from the northwest, and that's slowly going to work its way across the entire region by tomorrow morning. So look at the wind speeds. They're coming in, it's kind of a southwesterly flow here along the eastern side, and then off to the northwest, we can see flow coming in from the northwest. That's the drier air working in. The winds are relatively light right now. They'll be breezy as we go through tomorrow. Here's that cooler air. You can see off to the north we have readings in the 60s. We're going to have a taste of that overnight, and tomorrow morning it'll be refreshingly dry and a little bit cooler with our readings in the 60s here in the tri-state area. So a lot of the showers and storms are now sitting offshore. We're still being plagued here across parts of the Jersey Shore, but the clearing line is just to our northwest, and that will push in here as we go through the overnight hours. Behind the front, high pressure is going to come in. That's going to set us up for a nice dry stretch of weather for the first few days of this coming week. It'll feel refreshingly dry, will be rain-free, and generally we'll see mostly sunny skies. Here it plays out on our future cast. We'll see that sunshine bright tomorrow morning when you head out the door, and for the most part we're expecting a beautiful day with a nice northerly wind flow that'll keep things nice and dry. High pressure starts to come in from the west. That's going to bring us a beautiful Tuesday, and look, we'll take it into Wednesday too. We're expecting another nice day before some wet weather starts to work into the region here by Thursday, and by really Thursday evening is when we're going to see our next chance of precipitation. So tonight we're dropping back to about 63 in the city, some 50s in the suburbs. That'll feel nice. And then tomorrow we're going to about 80 degrees, so a bit cooler than today, but it will be windy with those wind gusts up to about 25 miles per hour. If you're heading to the beach, be careful in the water. There is a moderate risk of rip currents. Looking good for Tuesday and Wednesday. On July 4th, I think we'll stay mainly dry. Late in the evening, we could see a couple of showers passing through, but Friday and Saturday start to become more unsettled as we get more humid, and there'll be a bigger threat of some storms. Arthur, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Audrey. Well, July 4th celebrations are right around the corner. Up next, what you need to know about one major change to the fireworks show this year as part of the city's Independence Day celebration.